Good morning and welcome to Cut the Kibble. Yes, I'm Paula and this is Miss Bella, my 11-year-old Bijan. Haven't had my coffee this morning, but there's something that's been really bothering me and I want to talk to you about it. You know, there's a lot of stuff online that you could look at. Vets put a lot of stuff online. Holistic vets put a lot of stuff online. And there's a lot of quacks out there. I'm not a vet. I'm not a quack. I'm just a dog mom that's been doing this for around 11 years and doing it right. And I share stuff with you. But what I wanted to talk to you today about was I came across something a while back on my Facebook news feed and from a vet who stopped, I'm not going to give names, who stopped being a vet because he didn't like what was going on in that world, and I don't blame him. So he became a holistic vet. And a while ago I read, I don't know what it was, days, months, years past, but it was at least 8 months ago, I think, that he posted that sardines are not good for dogs and that you shouldn't give sardines. And I'll explain why in a minute. And 3 days ago, it came back because I follow him on Facebook. He reposted it. And it's very interesting. His article does not even have a date on it. And I don't like any articles where you don't put a date on it, you know? So I don't mean to badmouth anybody, and I'm not going to give you his name, but I'm here to say you cannot believe everything you say. And on a side note, excuse me, I haven't had my water this morning or coffee. On a side note, I want to say that this is kind of funny, but it's a true story. Many years ago, I was I'm still into like food being medicine, but I followed Dr. Weiss, Weisc, I think that's his name. I still follow him, he's wonderful. But there was another person I also followed that, this is like 20, 30 years ago, that there wasn't internet then, so they would mail you newsletters. And this other guy was really out there, and he would say how garlic is so good for you. And you know I say that too, but he would say, if you have a yeast infection, you get a clove of garlic, put a little hole in it and put a string in it and stick it in your vagina. And then the next day you pull it out and you put a slit in the garlic and stick it back in there. And the next day, another slit. So each time, you know, you're releasing more of the anicillin into your vagina. And I thought that was bizarre, and I still think that's bizarre. And that's my segue to this doctor now who's saying sardines are not good. And I'm really annoyed, okay? And I wrote down stuff, what he said. He says, I no longer recommend sardines. And what he says in layman's terms is that basically he said, all of the sardines come from Japan. And they come from this one area near the Fukushima nuclear plant that blew up. So all these sardines have nuclear waste in it. And he said, what you need to do is you need to get a hair test for your dog. Now, I don't know anything about hair tests. It may be good. I have no idea. But he sells them on his website for $129. And if you get the hair test, you can test to see if your dogs have a high level of scrotium, which is one of the common elements in the Earth's crust. What pissed me off about this doctor is that he says that all sardines come from Japan. All right, right here in my pocket, one just fell. I have 2 cans of sardines. I got these from Amazon. No, the sardines didn't come from Amazon, but these are a product of Morocco, okay? And excuse me, I hope I don't fall trying to get, oh. I got these sardines from Trader Joe's, and these are a product of Canada. And this vet lives in Canada. He travels all over the world, but he's from Canada. You can get sardines from Aldi's. They come from Portugal. I've been to Portugal. One thing I didn't like about Portugal is every place I went to have dinner, sardines were always on the menu. We had to eat sardines. Don't tell me that all sardines come from Japan. That's just putting fear in people. And to me, it was his way of trying to sell his product, because he highlights the hair test. You click on it for $129, you can get that. And then he sells a fish oil that is supposedly better than sardines, and it's from squid. Was it from squid? I think that's, or calamari, one or the other. Okay, so in the article he says sardines could be very high in this, whatever it's called, scrotium, and also sardine oil. Well, first of all, I would not use the oil. I would use the whole food, okay? And sardines are a great food for dogs. Dr. Judy Morgan, she's never said anything about this high level of whatever this thing is in the sardines. Sardines are awesome. For the past 11 years, every meal, she gets sardines incorporated into her food. So you just need to really pick and choose what you want to read. And the first thing about this vet that I don't like is that he pushes his products. It's one thing to put something out there to teach people about food or whatever, but then when you go and you go into his site and you see all this stuff that he sells, I mean, I know he's there to help people, but he's also there to make money, you know. And I think the calamari oil was like $39 for a little bottle. Okay, I don't use fish oil for her. She uses sardines. I take fish oil. I take salmon oil that comes from Alaska. You know, anything you give your dog, you need to have the source. Okay? And I've been saying for quite a while that I don't like sardines that come from San Diego, because I read about that nuclear plant. There was a map that says the radioactivity had come over there. You know, I don't know if that's true, but I always keep that in the back of my mind. And everything I give her, like she gets Icelandic cod chips for a treat, and they come from Iceland. If I'm going to eat salmon, I get it from Norway. All right? So please do not believe everything you read online. Consider your source. Even though it's a vet, you know, I don't believe a lot of vets because they don't know about nutrition. But even though it's a holistic vet, is he really telling you the truth, or is he trying to sell his product? Okay? So that's it today for Cut the Kibble. I hope that you and your pup are eating healthy and getting plenty of rest to keep your immune system up. Alrighty, take care. Bye-bye.